How's it going, everyone? We're back with another video and we're doing something a little different today. So usually we're talking about individual players and whatnot, we're trying to learn from them. But how do you get better as a whole, right? Maybe you watch my videos, maybe you watch other videos in fighting games, any skill. And you say, I watch these videos, I play so many games, but I'm not getting that much better, right? So it's just a slow process, or maybe it's just still, I'm not getting better at all. Why is that? Even though I watch so many videos and I play so many games. Well, to me, a lot of players kind of miss out on like the most fundamental, easiest concept to wrap around, and they just skip it. What do I mean by that? Well, let me switch over to this page here. Boom. So in soccer, or good old football, what did I write up here? I didn't even spell puzzles right. If you played soccer, football, whatever, for even 1 year, when you're 4 years old and you're in like a house league, what happens in between games? You go to a practice. Now, this sounds so stupid and so simple, but it's actually like crazy how many players just play Smash Bros. Or any fighting game over and over and over and over. They play 100 games and they're like, I didn't get that much better. I've been playing all week. Like, what are you practicing? Let's say you watched Messi, or you watched a video on how good Messi is at passing with his bad foot, right? So you're right-footed. I want to pass better with my left foot. So you watch that and then you're like, I'm going to do that. Next time I play soccer, I'm going to pass with my left foot just like Messi does. That's bullshit, right? Like, you obviously can't. You have to go into an isolated area like this, where it's just you and your friend, and you practice this one skill over and over and over for hours, maybe not hours if you're not as dedicated, right? So how does this like translate into Smash? Well, let's talk about this video, right? How to dominate the ledge. A video of my own. If you haven't seen it, I recommended it obviously because I made it, so it'd be nice if you watched it. But we talk about how Leo, you know, he covers like this, covers the rolls, whatever. We talked about this. Now, you watch this video and you say, I'm gonna do that next time I play. You're not, right? You're probably not gonna do it because it takes a lot of time. Maybe Leo didn't go into training mode and just do this one thing over and over and over, but he probably played so many games where he practiced a specific, like how he can ledge guard better, that he just like grooved it into his brain. It's almost an autopilot now. He doesn't have to think about going here and then covering roll and then watching, right? He just does it because he's done it so many times. So next time you play the game, let's say you watch this video, you're gonna say, I'm gonna back air here and I'm gonna roll, and then what's next? Oh, he jumped, I should go get him, and he's already like here, right? It's just not gonna work out for you. You ask a friend to come over, you say, go to this ledge, and you practice just this one skill over and over and over. Look at this video here. Learning how to adapt in Smash, a video I made a while ago. Get out of here, Zero C. Let's talk about Chic Needles. Right, so ask a friend to come over and I'm gonna throw needles at him. It's not that fun for him, right? But I'm trying to get better, he's down for it. He's learning how to get over the needles. So I throw them at him. I realize that if he tries to run up and grab me, I have to interrupt it. So how do I interrupt it? I throw the needles a bit earlier. He starts shielding it. How do I beat the shield? Okay, right? He jumps. How do I beat the jump? I cancel my own needles with a jump. What about the shield? Did we skip that? Right, I'm supposed to cancel it and grab him. What happened to that clip? Right there, boom. So I realized that he's running up shielding, and now I've learned my option. I should cancel the needles early and run up and grab him. Right, boom, look at that. So I practiced this one skill in isolation. If you watch my last video that I think should be the last one I put out, it was Void's Chic. And a big thing to talk about is needles. There's no chance that if you play that, maybe you want to pick up Chic, or you're learning Chic, you already player, you're just gonna do it, right? You're not gonna watch my video and be like, I can do that too. You're gonna watch the video, you're gonna realize the things I'm talking about, and then you try to learn that in isolation. So next time you play, you no longer have to think about it. You already done your homework, right? If someone keeps jumping over your needles next time you play, you don't have to think about how to beat it. You've practiced it, right? You just cancel the needles with a jump. You don't even have to shield, you can just jump. In case you didn't know that. And because you've done it so many times, it just comes so naturally to you in game. You no longer have to think like 3 steps ahead. This guy jumped, I already know how to beat this, right? And I use the word homework on purpose. Funny, because Armada is right here. I remember an old Armada stream where he was talking about how like tournaments are like tests or something. I'm probably butchering it, but you don't go to a test and you figure out the answers on test day. You figure them out at home, you go to the test, and you get them right if you know them. Tournaments are the same way. You don't go to a tournament and you just start figuring out and trying out these new answers, these new things. You have to already practice these things in isolation, you study them at home, whatever, and you just get better at them, right? You get better at them to the point where you can just do it every time without thinking. Let's use one more example here, wrap this up, I don't want to go too long. I'm sure you know Daigo, one of the greatest couldn't even circle. My dexterity is off. One of the greatest fighting game players of all time. And on this channel, FGC Translated, they translate one of his streams, right? So he's playing against a Fong. For those of you that don't know about Street Fighter 5, Fong is a dog shit character, right? He's like, and he's really awkward and janky. He's kind of like Game & Watch, except Game & Watch is actually pretty good. Where all his moves are like, they're really weird to deal with. They're weird animations. Spoiler alert, he loses to the Fong 3-1 in a best of 5, right? You can even say right here, what am I supposed to do, right? He just played his 4 games against this character and he already realized that there's a problem, there's a lack of knowledge. So what is he gonna do? He's not gonna play the game another 100 times like some people do, right? They just keep playing. They're like, oh, I'll get better at this match if I just keep playing it. You might, it's gonna take way longer. And if you're not, like, people learn differently, right? If you're not someone that can learn while playing, like, you have all your mental energy is just on playing, so you don't have enough time to try new things and see the results, you're not going to learn by just playing. You have to isolate the skills in different. Maybe you have to watch replays, maybe you have to go to training mode, whatever. What does Daigo do? He goes into training mode. This is one of the reasons that people ask for better training modes in Smash, so they could do things like this. In case, you know, you don't have a friend that'll come and get their needles thrown at them for 10 minutes. He sets up the training dummy to do this one move that he was having trouble with dealing with. And he sits here for like 20 minutes, probably more. Sorry. Just trying different options on how to beat this one move. Right? Oh, wow. That jump. What did he say there? Oops, I missed it. Either way. So he tries out these different options and he realizes that if he just sits here in training mode and does this for 20 minutes and just grinds it, right? I want to go back to when he was doing the kicks. He kind of sat here doing this like jab for like 5 minutes just because he wanted to grind it into his brain whether this works or not. Now he starts jumping and he's like, oh, that works. And then afterwards, I don't know if I'll see it here, but he says the jump hits and he's like, okay, what next? So not only is he grinding out how to beat the move, he's autopiloting the punish. He doesn't want to think about it. Next time he plays a Fong, he doesn't want to see that move and be like, oh yeah, I jump and then I press this to punish. He just wants it autopiloted in his head pretty much. People say autopilot's always a bad thing, but it's not always a bad thing. There's many situations where it's a great thing because you already know the answer and you're just doing it, right? He jumps forward, tries it, doesn't work. So he learns his punish by just grinding it over and over and over. This one aspect of a matchup in isolation. He does it for maybe 10-20 minutes, but he's learned instantly. He learns how to deal with it. Next time he fights a Fang, sorry. I was trying to say vase and fight at the same time. I don't even know what I said. Next time he vases a Fang versus vases face. What am I even saying? He will know this interaction so well. He doesn't have to vase the Fang 20 times, 30 times, 40 times and slowly learn it. He went into isolation and got this one skill. If you applied this method into almost any skill you want to get better at, right? You see my needles video with Void, you see my like spacing video with Byleth and whatever with MKLeo's Byleth. If you practice these things in isolation and you get these skills better one at a time instead of just playing the game and trying to get your entire game better at once, it's not how it works for most players, right? Some people maybe. People learn in different ways. Chances are, if you've been playing the game a lot and you're not getting that much better, you don't learn by playing the game, right? You've passed the point where you've already learned as much as you can just from playing. It's now time to take those skills, isolate them. If you watch a random video about Olimar's Pikmin, you learn this cool thing. Practice it in isolation. Go to training mode, do it over and over and over until it's in your autopilot and you never have to think about end game. Next time that situation comes up, you already know the answer because you've grinded it. You get better at one skill at a time, just like soccer players, just like Daigo, just like everyone, right? I feel like some of these concepts are kind of obvious, but it's crazy how many people just miss out on them, right? Like they just think that if they play videos and watch if they play games and just watch videos, that should be it, right? You get better. But it's just, for a lot of people, that's not the case. You need to apply what you learn yourself before you try applying it on other people, like live games. So yeah, kind of drilling that into you guys. I hope you learned something. If you have any other questions about improvement in general, or just if you want my take on anything, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video or learned something, I would appreciate a like and a subscription and all that, whatever. Smash that like, whatever they say these days. And yeah, have a good day, guys, and I'll see you next time.